Alright. Boy, when I joined, I didn't think that things would get this rough, Rocky spoke. No kiddin', Aisha replied. Adam replied, remember when we joined? Ooh! At Rita's moonbase, Lord Zed suddenly appears and seals Rita away for a couple of eons. He has his own plans for Earth, ones that Rita could not handle. The Green Ranger had been losing his morphing powers, and Zed's new putties are giving the Rangers a very tough time. Even the Megazord and Dragonzord have been defeated. It seems like a time of darkness is about to come. As Tommy's Green Ranger power faded, Zordon transformed him into the stronger White Ranger. Ah, Jason David Frank, I love you! Jason David Frank, the actor who played the Green and White Ranger and the Red Ranger in Power Rangers Zeo. Yeah. I'm not actually a Power Rangers fan, I just know a few things from doing write-ups for this Power Rangers month for Random Access. So, now we're on generic enemy type number 2, Putty Patrol. At least they explode in an interesting fashion. But I don't even know where we're supposed to be. Like, I take it forest or park. You know, if the music wasn't so good, I'd be less forgiving of this game. Yeah, and you know, it's some variety. It feels different. And we've even got a boss appeared. This is Minor Sentinel Neck. This is the Neck Sentinel. This one has a long neck. Like, I didn't even recognise any of these characters. My friend Jeff had to Google up and tell me who they were, because I had no idea. But this section of the game is based on when Tommy got turned into the White Ranger, and basically that section of, I think it's Series 2 of the show. So, what's that doing in a game about the movie? And the answer is, it's not a game about the movie. The movie part was tacked on. That explains why the movie part is so weird, why the time of day in the movie part is wrong, why it's the same generic enemies throughout the whole movie part and there's nothing different. It explains why they never bothered to go into the effort of even creating a section based on fighting the Tengu, not even a section based on being on Phaedos, not even a section with the Ninjetti powers. Absolutely nothing. Nothing creative. At least there's a little bit of variety with that can, that's cool, but it doesn't last long enough. It would be much more fun to be able to keep throwing it around. But, you know, at least there's some variety now. This is why this section is much better than the others. And we're fighting a different mini-boss as well. You know, there is some variety now. And why, you know, it's such a surprise, why are the sections not based on the movie the ones with the most, you know, unique things in them? And the answer is, ladies and gentlemen, because this game wasn't originally about the movie. It's blatant. The more you play it, the further you get in, the fact that they've got these sections in the game that aren't based on the movie at all, it's clear as day that it originally wasn't based on the movie. That it was based on the second series or the third series of the television show. And this level is instantly like the most varied stage we played. It's the most varied area. It is the most interesting part so far. Something is happening in it. And we're even about to have a Megazord battle against 3 enemies at, I believe, all at once. That's brilliant. So there's so much more variety in this stage. So much more than in the first 2 levels. The first 2 levels give a terrible, like, completely inaccurate impression of what the full game is like. They paint a bad image of the game, don't they? fighting 3 mini-bosses at once. This is cool. This is something different. I like different. This is what it should be like. I am actually enjoying myself right now. I like the frantic nature of it. I like being toppled down here. I like having a hard time fighting 3 bosses at once, while one stands to the side and just shoots lasers that don't even have any hope of hitting me, because they're not even aimed at me. But you know, that's cool. I like that. There's some variety. And we take these 3 mini-bosses out, and then we fight them in the Megazord. I mean, that's fantastic. We even get to fight in Tommy's Megazord. I mean, come on. It's like the coolest thing ever. Just to clarify, while I wasn't a big Power Rangers fan all the time, I did follow it as a kid, like as a kid, when I was really young. So there's a few things about it that are really memorable to me, and the main one being how awesome Tommy is. You know, how awesome the White Ranger is. How awesome the Green and White Ranger is. He's just absolutely fantastic. So, how cool was that? Very different, very interesting, much more varied, much more exciting. And now we get to fight those same bosses again, which, you know, isn't too bad. You know, in terms of variety, it isn't too bad. We get to fight them again, but we get to fight them in a Megazord. And which Megazord? Well, that's up to us. Thunder Megazord or White Tigerzord? Well, it's going to be the White Tigerzord, isn't it? Let's be realistic. It's Tommy. So it's boss time. I'm going to fight all 3 enemies again, but now in the Megazord. And the music's so good! You can't deny it. It's just... This part of the game alone is the best part. This section, based on the original TV series, is the best part. The rest is kind of bad. I guess the only benefit there is just that the game is fairly short, so you know. Let's see what the Thunder Megazord's got to say for himself. Not bad. So now there's some section of plot that, when scrolling through Netflix, I couldn't even work out what series it was in, because the episode titles didn't help me out. But, Bulk and Skull get some teenagers from Angel Grove captured, and we have to go rescue them. Now, I don't specifically remember where in the original, like, TV series that fits in, but I'm sure it's somewhere. Alright, I've been blue, yellow, I haven't been red, I've been yellow, I've been pink, I haven't been black, I haven't been red. Okay. Mastodon, or whatever he is. Let's go. See, that was what was so cool about the original Mighty Morphin. They were based on dinosaurs. Oop. Have I just spoiled the game for you? Now, normally, you'll spend ages running around that level with respawning enemies not knowing where to go. But I just showed you the one wall you gotta break. Now, I actually got stuck there first time, used up a credit, was actually annoyed, didn't know what to do, almost gave up on the game. Because I'm just so, like, weak in that regards. I'm just like, oh, I don't want to carry on playing, it's boring. But, yeah, that's what you gotta do. Break the wall open. I've just saved you hours of hassle. The music in this stage is so good! This whole soundtrack is astounding. I mean, it's not the best soundtrack I've heard in a beat 'em up. That award goes to like Puli Rular and then Streets of Rage. But the soundtrack in this is pretty decent. I honestly think what the world needs right now is a fighting, like a beat 'em up fighting game, made modern style, but with classic like sprite artwork, Power Rangers. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm sure I could just find like somebody's Beats of Rage. I'm sure somebody's already made a massive Beats of Rage game based on Power Rangers, I'm sure. So there is a bit of repetition here. We're fighting putties over and over. Oh, well, let me pick up the coin, huh? Jerks. So now the level plays the other way round. We're now going right to left. At least, you know, again, that's some variety. Compared to the levels based on the movie, there is some variety. Which again leads me to believe the game was originally based on the TV series, and they put the movie levels in to, you know, tie it in to sell copies of the game. Which is a shame, because, you know, it could do without it. It could absolutely do without it. It would probably be better if it didn't have it. You know, it's decent. It's decent. I've played worse games. I have played worse beat-em-ups. I have played worse Power Rangers games. Look forward to Power Rangers Month on Random Access, because I did a write-up on one of those worse Power Rangers games. A little game called Power Rangers Super Legends for PS2, which is absolutely terrible. Well, okay, not absolutely terrible, but average. Now this is annoying. We have to fight Goldar about 3 times in a row, which is the only annoying thing about him. So apart from that, he's so cool. Like, Goldar has always been, like, not my favourite villain, but always one of my favourite villains in Power Rangers. I think just because, you know, the whole thing with him and his, the way he speaks, the kind of things he says, and generally the whole situation with his wings, you know, the fact that he's so sensitive about his wings because Rita took them away from him. And that's why he's so, like, so loyal to Lord Zedd, is because Lord Zedd gave him his wings back. You know, I like that about the character, that his allegiances go as far as to who will treat him best. Which is what all, like, best villains are like, is like, who do I get the best quality of life out of? Who can I scrounge off the most? And that's what Goldar's like. It's just the only problem is because he keeps flying, he's hard to hit, and he'll jump straight back up in the air before you get a chance to, like, land a combo on him. Like, there he goes. Like, one punch and he's back on the floor. Like, you can't land a combo on him. Try as hard as you might. So the time thing here gets annoying because you start losing health because you're running out of time. So what is already a boss battle where the enemy can do some decent damage to you is made worse by the fact that, you can't really dodge those flying, exploding bits of wing, and your timer is going down. It's kind of annoying, this battle. But I'm pretty sure we can beat the game without running out of credits, because there's only 2 more bosses to go, really, after this. I fight Goldar. I'm pretty sure I fight Goldar as a Megazord, and then I just fight, yeah. Well, why did you waste my time, then? You just forced me to take more damage. So anyway, now we fight Goldar as a Megazord. Which is cool. And, oh shit, I finished my drink. Well, Thunder Megazord proved himself far more suitable to fighting than the White Megazord, the White Tiger White, Walter White Megazord. So we're good. I say Walter White. I've now drawn connection between Power Rangers and Breaking Bad, which existed to begin with because Bryan Cranston, the guy who plays Walter White in Breaking Bad, he did the voices of some of the bad guys in the Power Rangers dub. So, yeah, he's responsible for the voices of some of the minor enemies in the show. I think in parts that they filmed specifically extra for the TV show where those enemies were, he was also in the suit, as far as I know. We're not doing too bad against him. It does help to have that push forwards move. We're staying relatively even on him, which is the most I could ask for really when fighting Goldar. Because I don't really want to use up any more credits than I have to. Because, I want a decent score at the end of this. Just because I'm fickle and vain. Now, the annoying thing is I'm now running out of time. So now I'm going to take damage for being out of time. What's the time feature there for then? What is its purpose? That is the ultimate question, isn't it? We were doing well until Goldar took advantage of the time limit. Until then, we were doing well. Now we're dead. Now we have to make another character. Now we use up a credit. Now I don't look so good. Do I? I don't look so good at this. Would help if I could keep a decent combo going. But I can't. A single hit against Goldar and it knocks him down to the floor. I can't keep a combo going. He flew away. So what was the point? Why did you let me sit there and die because of a timeout? If you're just gonna fly away? Doesn't make any sense. Oh no!